I feel really honored to be on this stage as a keynote because I've been taking part in the LA Ultimate Women's Expo for years as a moderator or a panelist. I interview a lot of the celebrities that come up here and tell their stories. And I never really thought I'd be up here as a keynote, but I'm really thrilled to be here and share my story. So you guys heard, I work for KTLA. I have been there for 23 years. Wow, yeah. I anchor the KTLA Weekend Morning News. So I anchored this morning. I started at 6 a.m., got up at 3:30 this morning, and I anchored from 6 until 11, and then I came here. And that's what I do on Saturday and Sundays, and then I report and anchor during the week. So I get up pretty early. I go to bed pretty early, never early enough. But it's a great job, and I get to meet all of you and tell your stories and share your stories, and today I'm going to share mine. So I will leave a lot of time for questions. I hope you guys ask me some questions and we can have a conversation. But the reason they asked me to come up here and share my journey to health and fitness. So if you remember when I was on this stage a couple of years ago, I looked a little different. I was 70 pounds heavier, a little more than 70 pounds heavier than I am today. In fact, I brought this because I feel like we all need like visual aids, right? So, and I'm not ashamed to tell you that it's taken me a lifetime to find a way to better health. And for me, it's about health. But I've worn these pants before, and I filled them out pretty good. I have a little bit of a booty. And I was able to fill these pants out, and I thought I was living my best life, but you know what? I wasn't. So let me tell you what ended up happening for me. I went to the doctor, and my blood pressure was 175 over, I think, 92, and I felt fine. And my doctor said, "What is going on with you?" And I burst into tears. He said, "You are not taking care of yourself." I was working early mornings, going to bed too late, getting 4 or 5 hours sleep, not working out, taking care of my family. My mom, who has dementia, was living with us. And I wasn't really on my list of things to do. Everybody else was on my list of things to do and people to take care of, and I wasn't really on my list. And he said, "You know what? You are a walking time bomb. You're going to do what a lot of women do, and that is not take care of themselves, and then they're not here to take care of the people that they love. So you got to make some changes." And you know what? I had dealt with my weight going up and down pretty much my whole life. The first time I went on a diet, I was in 4th grade, and I remember it very, very clearly. And it makes me sad to think about that, because that's when I knew that I was not healthy and I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. And it makes me sad to think of that fourth grader. I think I was, 4th grader. So that would be, what, 9 or 10 years old? Is that how old you are in 4th grade? And to think that that was when I first started to feel uncomfortable with me. So fast forward all these years later, and I did Lindora, Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, the Cabbage Soup Diet, Slim Fast, MetaFast. I mean, I've pretty much done it all. And I lost weight and gained weight and lost weight and gained weight. But I never was able to find anything that worked for me. So when my doctor told me that I needed to do something, I tried, and I lost about maybe 6, 7 pounds. Just wasn't really working. That was after 3, 4 months. I went back, and he said, "You know, you really have to get serious." But my knee hurt. I couldn't really work out. I was having problems with my sciatic. And all of it was all related to the same thing. I needed to move, I needed to eat healthy, and I needed to focus on me. So I asked my doctor about intermittent fasting. Has anybody heard of intermittent fasting? It's kind of like all the rage. Everybody's talking about IF, intermittent fasting. So I asked him about it, and he said, "You know what? I believe in it. I do it. I encourage you to read about it, research it, learn as much as you can, and do it." That's all I needed. My doctor's, green light, and I did. I started devouring everything I could find out about intermittent fasting. And here's where things changed for me. It was a game changer, because I found out through intermittent fasting, I could put my body into something that's called autophagy. And that is where your body heals itself. So I learned way too much for way too long during the day. I don't need 3 meals and 2 snacks. I just don't. And once I learned that, and once I learned that I could close my eating window, open my eating window, determine on when I wanted to do that, it gave me such power, such discipline, such control over my health. So here's how it started. I decided to just cut out breakfast because I don't really have time for breakfast because I'm working. And so I would take a protein shake or a protein bar, and I would think breakfast is the most important meal of the day, right? We're supposed to eat breakfast. Even if you're not hungry, you eat breakfast. So I would eat breakfast. If I had a really busy day, I'd make sure to eat breakfast, even if I wasn't hungry. And then I would be hungry 2 hours later, so then I'd have a little snack, and then I'd have lunch, and then I'd have a snack, and then I'd have dinner, and then I'd have a snack, and then I'd go to bed. That was what was not working for me. So I cut out breakfast. And then, so breakfast for me, I get up at that time I was getting up at about 1:30 in the morning because I had to be at work at 3:30 in the morning. So breakfast for me would be 4:35 a.m. Stop doing that. And then I decided I'm not gonna eat until I get home from work. I get home from work around 11:30 or 12. And then I thought, you know what? I'm not going to eat until I work out. So now I'm not gonna eat till about 1:30. And then I decided I am not going to eat 3 hours before I go to bed because that's what you shouldn't eat that close to going to bed. Well, if I'm gonna get up at 1:30 in the morning, guess what time I go to bed? What do you think? 6 p.m. So now I'm not gonna eat after 3 p.m. But if I don't eat until 1 and stop eating at 3, that's a pretty short window, right? You think that's impossible. Who does that? You know what? I never felt better. So I had basically a 20-hour fasting window, a 4-hour eating window. I would eat one great meal, a great salad. I would have everything I wanted on my salad. I would have dressing. I would have frozen yogurt with Snickers on top. I did not deny myself. It's delay, don't deny. There's a book about it. I realized that I could save my window for eating and eat the healthiest thing and not feel deprived. That worked for me. Would I recommend it to everyone? No. I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert, but what I can tell you is I did that consistently for months. And I never felt better. I worked out, I could work out fasted, I slept better. My blood pressure, all the numbers that matter. Did my weight go down? Yes. My weight went down, obviously. But you know what numbers really matter to me? My blood pressure, my cholesterol, my triglycerides, all those numbers went down where they needed to be. And the reason it's so important to me is because of the health. I always thought my family, diabetes runs in my family. My mom has diabetes, my sister had it, my brother has diabetes, my dad, everybody's had diabetes in my family. It runs in my family. Diabetes doesn't run in my family. Poor health choices is what was running in my family. Us not taking care of ourselves, that's what was running in my family. Dementia runs in my family. My mom has dementia, my grandma had dementia, my aunts have dementia. What I learned is that all that is connected to what we're doing to our bodies. And that is if we feed ourselves constantly, our sugars are high, so our blood pressure's high, our blood sugars are high, you have diabetes, and all that sugar kind of clogs up your brain, and they call dementia type 3 diabetes, which means many people who have dementia have had high blood sugar for years and years and years. My mom has been diabetic for 30 years, and I believe that it's because of her high blood sugar, all of those years having it not really controlled. I think that's why she has dementia now. She was never able to clear all that stuff out of her brain, which is what our body does. So that goes back to autophagy. And I'm going to give you guys plenty of time to ask questions, because I know, does it sound like I'm speaking a foreign language? A little bit. It sounds a little crazy. I don't want to sound crazy, but what I will tell you is what autophagy does is our bodies are designed to heal themselves, to heal ourselves, to get rid of all the bad protein, all of the mitochondria, all the stuff that's not working, cancer cells, pre-cancer cells. Our body is designed to recycle and to do spring cleaning. But but we don't give it a chance because we're constantly eating and eating and eating. You need to quiet your body, quiet your mind, quiet your tummy, and stop eating for a minute so your body goes, oh, wait, okay, this is my break, this is my chance to clean itself, to cleanse, to do autophagy, to do the work it's supposed to do. So when it does that and cleans all the stuff, all that sticky substance in your brain that turns to Alzheimer's and dementia and Parkinson's, if you give your body a chance to clean itself and to cleanse itself and to heal itself, it will do that. So I found that when I started to do intermittent fasting, the inflammation in my knee was better, my sciatic was better, I felt better, like I said, I slept better. My brain was stronger, I felt like clearer. I could work out being 20 hours fasted and have the best spin workout ever because I was light and focused, and when it was over, was I starving? No, it would be crazy. I'd be hungry, but you know what? It's okay to be a little bit hungry. I wasn't going to die if I skipped a meal, and I felt better, and I felt more in control of my health. So that's kind of how it worked for me. And you know what? I started in June of 2019, and by December, I had lost 50 pounds. So in about 6 months, I lost 50 pounds.
Just say that you came from this Be Like Water Media page, and I'll get back to you and we'll schedule a session via Zoom. And you can be anywhere in the world. So please, I welcome you. Come and message me and we'll do some sessions together. And it'll be really fun, and I'll get you into the best shape of your life, and you'll be fit for life with everything that I teach you. It is not a diet, quick fix. It is a lifestyle. You want to be in the best shape of your life for your whole life. That's what I like to teach here at Beverly Hills Personal Training, is fit for life. You want to be fit right now, wherever age you are, whatever age, up until you're 120, like Moses. Moses in the Bible, he died at 120 with a spring in his step, it says. So that would be my goal for you. That's what I want for you when you sign up with me. All right?